In this project, we are going to make this gorgeous crochet ripple throw. And I made this specifically as an end of bed throw, or you can call it a decorative bed throw or a decorative sofa throw. These throws are super popular right now for decorating in your living room, in your bedroom. This is a smaller than normal throw. I will go ahead and leave the multiples in case you want to make this a different size. And that you will find in the description area below. You've got to click where it says show more in that white space below the video. Or you might see, depending on your device, a little tiny arrow next to the name Crazy Cool Crochet. If you open that up, and it will bring up a whole bunch more detail, including links to crazycoolcrochet.com, where you will find the written instructions when they are ready. So for this throw, I am using Red Heart Soft. It's a number 4. And quite honestly, you can substitute pretty much any number 4 for this project. So this one is going to measure 57 by 40, and that is plenty big enough for decorative purposes. Now we are also using the I hook, or a 5.5 millimeter. Okay, we are going to start with a chain of 172. And if you need help with the beginning stitches, I will leave a little white box right up above where you can click and go to the beginner tutorials. And we will do 2 double crochets into the 3rd chain from the hook. So there's the first one that shrunk up, there's 2, there's 3. Double crochet. And one more in the same chain. And then a double crochet in each of the next 19 chains. Now we are going to double crochet decrease over the next 3 chains. So you'll yarn over, pull your yarn through, pull through 2 loops, do that again in the next chain, pull through 2 loops, one more time in the 3rd chain, pull through 2 loops. Now you've got 4 loops on the hook, now pull through all 4, and you've just done a decrease. And then you will double crochet over the next 19 chains again. Then you will do 3 double crochets in the next chain. And then 19 double crochets over the next 19 chains. Okay, now you can see what we've done here. So with the decrease, we created the valley, and with the increase, we created the peak. So the design goes up and down like that. And you'll just keep repeating till you get to the end. So now we've done our peak with the increase. So now on the next piece, we will do the decrease over the next 3 single crochets, and that will give us another valley, and then 19 single crochets, and then 3 single crochets in the next chain, 19 single crochets coming back down. Now typically this would be much smaller. You would have like 7 or 9 thereabouts. But I did 19 because I want to create a real statement piece with this. So I want to be a little bit different as usual and make this much longer, which adds a real pop of interest. So let's keep going. When we get to the end of that last row, we will do 2 double crochets in the last chain, and then chain 1, and that's the pattern. You will always do the 2 double crochets in the last chain and 2 double crochets in the first stitch. Then we will turn. Now for the first 2 double crochets, we will enter into that first space under the 2 strands that form that chain at the top. And now a double crochet in the next 19 stitches. However, this time we are only working in the back loop. That will form the ridges. So there's your chains going into the center of the chain, and that's known as working in the back loop only. BLO. Oops. Double crochet. And you'll just continue that. Whoops, again for the pattern. Okay, so we're working in the back loop only. And it's the same back loop only when you're doing your decreases, and the same back loop only when you're doing your increase, and then until you get to the end, and you'll continue that pattern. At the end of the row, you're going to enter your last 2 double crochets under the 2 strand chain at the very end. Rather than the back loop, you're going through both. Then chain 1, then turn, and just repeat the pattern. So 2 double crochets into the very first space, and again you are working under the 2 strands that time, just for the end. And then your 19 double crochets working in the back loop only. Okay, here is the completed throw, and it turned out to be 43 inches wide, which is a little bit wider than I expected, and that's fine, that's a good thing. Now this turned out to have the 4 points. 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one. Now you can make this as long as you want. If you have a specific size that you are looking for, I will leave a size chart over at crazycoolcrochet.com, and that's where the written pattern will also be found. Now before we proceed with adding and making and adding the tassels, I want to just give you a reminder to please subscribe to my channel, and feel free to leave any comments too. Let me know what you think of this extra long ripple with the 19 stitches. I love it. I like it so much. It's different than the little tiny ones that you normally see. And then when you add the nice long tassels, again, that's going to be a really great statement piece. Okay, for this project I'm using a paper bag. It's about 6 inches long. And what you do is just take your yarn and start like that. And then you're going to wind it around a gazillion times because you want this to be nice and thick. Okay, so just keep winding it around and around and around. All right, once you've wound it around, okay, you can just kind of feel it. It should feel nice and thick. Okay, so now what you're going to do is take a length of yarn, grab your hook, slide it under the yarn, bring the yarn, the length of yarn through from underneath, and then slide the yarn up to the top, and then you will tie it as tightly as you can, which is not going to be too easy because it's pretty thick. Okay, so double knot it. Okay, so now what you do is slide it off the book. Take another length of yarn, so you can cut off the piece that was still on the skein. Now take a length of yarn, I'd say about 12 inches long. Lay the tassel on top of the yarn towards the top. I'd say about 1.5 inches from the top. Then you're going to tie this. And once again, you want that nice and tight. I double knot to make it nice and secure. There you go. All right, then what you do is cut the loops on the bottom. All right, then what you will do is trim the bottoms so that it's fairly even. Okay, now let's attach the tassel. So at the point, use your hook. Pull one of the strands, the top strands, through. And then just tie it. I double knot as usual. Okay, now it's up to you how permanently you want this attached. If you plan to wash the throw at some point, then you want to make sure that this tassel is removable. All 4 tassels are removable. So you can do like a bow, just a simple bow, and then just shove all this inside that top portion, and that will hide it all. And then you can come back, pull it out, and untie it. If you want this to be more permanent, then just go ahead, do another knot, or however you like to do your work. And then you can weave in the ends along here. And that's it. You've got yourself a gorgeous statement piece with this throw. Okay, so once again, please give me a thumbs up if you like this. Subscribe, even better. And don't forget, I've got so many more designs and videos out there. And in case you're not aware, if you go back to the home page, click on the bottom where it says Crazy Cool Crochet. That will open up the home page. But that's just a preview of a few of my designs. You go up to the top of that page, watch where it says Videos. Click on that. That opens up the entire library, and I've got a lot of really crazy cool crochet designs out there. Okay? I hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching.